Hello and good evening from Haven Center. I'm Bruce Omer along with Tom Whitlock. And it's a Metro West Conference matchup between the St. Louis Park Orioles and the Benilde-St. Margaret's Red Knights. St. Louis Park coming into this game at 7-13. The Red Knights 5-18. And the starting lineups for the St. Louis Park Orioles will be Cole Ewald, Jacob Holm, Eric Peel, Aaron Ellingson, and Paris Johnson. For Benilde, it's Nels Berkland, Charlie Hansen, Nick Peterson, Noah Allen, and Walker Johnson. Leading scorer for the St. Louis Park Orioles is Paris Johnson. He's averaging 20 points per game. Top scorer is Nick Peterson, averaging about 16.7 points per game.
Well, it should be an interesting game today, Bruce. Just looking at past that Park has played, it's going to be interesting to see if they can get some of their shooters going. Peel and Ewald. Sure, Paris will be his same consistent self, but they've struggled getting shots. So
we'll be interested to see how St. Louis Park comes off a game against Minnehaha Academy, where they had the stands were full, a lot of hype and everything, and a very tough team. You know, not to say Benilde isn't a tough team, but you know, it's going to feel a lot like there's a lot more room on the floor for them to navigate here.
Yes.
And nice start for the game. Paris Johnson hitting the two.
Nice crossover move there to give himself some space for that shot.
Should mention the Red Knights coming off an impressive win in their last game against Chanhassen at Chan, 67-52. So they've got a little momentum coming into this game.
Yeah, and I think they've got a new coach. They had a coaching change. That might have breathed some new life into the team.
And Berkland gets the first basket of the game for the Red Knights. We're tied at 2. Peel inside, back up top for Ewald. Paris Johnson, he's gonna pop from outside, short on that one, and the rebound taken down by number 35. That was Allen. Peterson passes it out.
We've got a little mismatch down low.
Yeah, the turnaround shot by Nick Peterson, not good. The Orioles with the rebound there in the front court with Ewald as they set things up offensively. Ewald tries to take it in the lane, gives it to Johnson. Outside, here's a three by Holm. Not good. Ellingson fights for the rebound. He gets it back out to Ewald. He puts up the three. That's not good. I remember Ewald had a couple years ago a huge game out here.
Yeah. I remember. I think I was at that game.
Right.
High 20s maybe. I think he scored that game. Lots of threes. It'd be nice to get him going early for Park. They had a couple good looks there. Ellingson had a really nice rebound. That's kind of his game.
One thing the Orioles don't have this game is a 7-footer inside that's going to be blocking all the shots.
Makes a difference when you're driving to the basket. And it's
Charlie Hansen gets a nice lane, takes it all the way in. He beat the defender that time.
I think Peel thought maybe that Ewald was going to help him there, and then Ewald popped back out and that opened the lane.
4-2 Red Knights lead with 15:32 to go. Nice drive by Ellingson. Misses the shot. Yeah, Ellingson just missing on that last one. Had a great opportunity. And now Johnson with the basket.
Nice job by Johnson to avoid the charge there.
Johnson, shot wouldn't go, but again, a nice rebound by Ellingson. Ewald takes it down the lane, passed off. Here's a three put up by Holm, and it's good.
Nice recognition by
Peel.
Ewald to see Peel out on the wing.
Hard to see the numbers on these white uniforms.
It's a whiteout.
So that was Eric Peel with his first points of the game, a three, and it's 6-5. Red Knights back up top. Berkland
Now he's got the size advantage on Ewald here.
3 tapped out as it was missed by Johnson. Orioles quickly down the court. Peel a little too hard on that shot, and the rebound was taken down by number 35, Allen. Allen into the front court for the Red Knights. Johnson, a little too hard off the heel of the basket. Now Pierce Johnson into the front court. He's going to go all the way up, had it deflected, not good, and it was a good partial block by the Red Knights that time.
And I thought it was good defense on the other side of Paris, just staying in front of the ball handler and keeping him off the basket.
Another 3 attempt by the Red Knights. They get the rebound. That was Hansen on the rebound. Now taking it in was Peterson, passes out for Birkland. Again in and out, so both teams struggling to get that ball to fall in the hoop. 6-5, Red Knights lead.
Yeah, I feel like Peterson has a size advantage for the Red Knights, and he's just not taking advantage of it. He's shot some fadeaways, and he's staying on the outside instead of going to the basket.
Nice move on the inside by Aaron Ellingson.
Yeah, just pushed his defender right under the basket, and easy layup.
Step back 3 is good. Nick Peterson.
Yeah, Holmes got out of position and forced Ewald to come help, and that left Peterson open for that 3.
Three short by Holmes.
Holmes he has a good shot. We saw him in one of the last games that I did. Holmes had a number of 3s in that game. He's got a good shooting stroke.
No fouls in the game. We're just moving along here. I'll probably jinx that, and we'll start seeing 4 or 5 called right away now.
Yep.
Step. Push on Ellingson. Never fails, does it?
It does not. Poland coming in for the Red Knights.
Why didn't you announce number 31?
I was saving him for you.
That's
Ijadimbola.
Ijadimbola. Yep. That's Dan Ijadimbola. Peterson, spin move, not good. And Johnson on the rebound. Orioles come up, pass off to the wing, into the corner. Here's a 3, put up. Holmes just missing. Orioles unable to get the 3s to fall on the other end, a missed shot. So teams are getting their chances at shooting the basketball here. Not turning the ball over, they're just missing shots. And there's the 3 by Peel. His second 3 of the game.
He's working both sides of the gym. Nice open shot there.
Orioles now take the lead. They lead 10-9. 11 minutes, 12 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Nice steal by Paris there.
Johnson trying to beat the defender. No foul call. Boy, it looked like they just didn't give him the lane to get that basket, and it looked like there had to be a push, but no call.
Yeah, we must have gotten some AAU refs where they're just letting it go. St. Louis Park looks like they're a little, I'm not sure what play they were running there.
Deontay Ross is in the game also for the Orioles right now.
Red Knights into a kind of a 1-2-2 zone defense. St. Louis Park's trying to adjust to it.
Peel, I don't know if that was blocked a little bit or if he just missed the shot, but he had a couple nice 3s earlier. And here's a 3 put up, not good by Ijadimbola. See how quick Paris gets rid of that basketball.
And you could see him down there on the block that he was asking for the ball. You could see he had a sense of urgency. So there was no hesitation once he got it to take that shot. It'd be interesting to see if Benilde takes advantage of St. Louis Park is really being aggressive on the picks, stepping out on the picks, and I think there's some pick and roll openings that the Red Knights could take advantage of. Although Poland kind of stuck his elbow out on that one.
Orioles going to go a little small here with Dvorak and Tyshawn Lyons coming into the game.
I think he's got his shooters in against this zone defense.
Tyshawn had a good game. You weren't there, Tom, but he went in strong against Holmgren. He wasn't afraid.
Oh,
that
really?
was fun to see those two right next to each other.
What, about a 2-foot difference?
I think so. It's all about heart, and that's what Tyshawn plays with.
That's right.
He's a good little player. Johnson on the shot. Rebound was taken down by Johnson. Johnson down the lane, and he gets the basket.
I think there was some confusion there on Park's side. Who was guarding who? Nice drive by Paris there. Splitting the defense.
And you see how he just sort of stays straight up. If he leans forward, he has a chance to maybe pick up a charging foul, but by leaning forward, let the player come to you, and did a good job. And he'll go to the free throw line. There's the previous basket. That was Walker Johnson's 4th point of the game. And now Paris Johnson at the free throw line.
Well, it'll be interesting here to see what the Red Knights do. I think they've got a little bit of a size advantage right now with the lineup they have in. See if they try to take advantage of that.
First free throw attempt of the game for either team. Paris Johnson's second one is short, so 0 for 2. Paris usually a pretty good free throw shooter. Red Knights lead by 1, 12-11. We're under 10 minutes remaining here in the first half. Tyshawn run for the steal.
Almost had it there. Quick hands.
Peterson, they're working around the perimeter. Jadambola passed it off for Nick Peterson.
Rolls off the tongue for you.
You know what? By the time I pronounce his name, the ball's gone to 2 other players. Walker Johnson having a good start. He's got 6 in the game.
You're going to put Paris down on the low block. See if he's cutting the baseline here at all.
Orioles patiently just working against the zone.
Yeah, I think they...
On the mark, just a little short.
Yeah, they're stuck on the perimeter there. You don't see a lot of movement, anybody cutting or trying to get that defense to flex or get out of position at all.
Orioles going to sub 3 starters back in the game. And on that, Lyons will bring Berkland back into the game. Bob Lyons, the head coach right now, started 2/3 of the way into the season. Was just anointed interim coach for the rest of the year. Bob coached the girls team for 25 years here at Benilde.
Oh, wow.
And Dave Breitenbucher, the coach for the St. Louis Park Orioles. There's a steal and a basket by Nick Peterson.
Look what I found.
Does a good job to finish, though. Right now, home has had a few opportunities. He's unable to get that three-pointer to go.
And they seem pretty content to take threes over that zone defense.
Paris Johnson getting a breather right now, so Orioles with their top scorer out of the game. Good ball movement. Sam Best, number 25 in the game right now for the Red Knights. And a push on Ellingson.
Yeah, you can see the. I think this is something that's happened in the last few years. Kind of the automatic like head snap backwards to make it look like a foul. It works. It draws the attention of the referee, and you're more likely to pick up a foul.
Jackson McLean in for St. Louis Park.
You can see Peterson calling for it because he feels like he has a mismatch on Ewald, just a size mismatch. I think they're calling that on the floor. No shots.
Well, there weren't many fouls until I had to open my mouth.
It'd probably be halftime right now.
Good play, but a missed shot by Charlie Hansen.
I think Paris just. It was a good thought by Peel, but just got Red Knights got a hand in the way there.
Orioles did a good job to get back defensively. The three was rebounded by Johnson. Orioles have the basketball in the front court. Peel. Got to get Ewald and Peel shooting some more if you're going to be shooting those outside shots.
Right, I'd like to see Harris down on the baseline. There, you can see Peel made that backdoor cut, which not a bad possession though. They got a good open look, it just didn't go down.
Red Knights push it. Spin move. Too strong on that shot by Johnson. Ewald looks behind him underneath the basket, double team. Orioles get no call, good defense by the Red Knights. John Mbola takes it down the lane, puts it up and gets the roll. His first 2 points of the game. 5-point Red Knight lead. Now the Orioles are going to put Paris down low.
Yeah, you can see Brighton Bucher's trying to get everybody organized in the right spots. Yeah, this should open up some looks for Paris on the baseline. And if they can get that defense to get out of position, it's going to create an open shot.
A three. Orioles not hitting the threes. Good rebound. Quickly into the front court, 2-on-1. Charlie Hansen. St. Louis Park needs a timeout.
Yeah, I think Coach Brian Bucher is going to talk to him about just how he wants the offense to move against that zone defense to get some better shots. They've kind of been stagnant here for the last 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, putting up a lot of outside shots. They have not been able to take the ball to the basket at all. So when you look at the shot chart where their shots are coming from, they're all pretty much outside the perimeters.
Yeah, and it just doesn't seem like the ball movement has been very crisp, and it's just allowing the Red Knight defense to react easily to the passes. So,
you know, when you look at the Orioles team, it's been pretty much like three guys doing more of the scoring, and it's been Paris, Peel, and Ewald. And right now, Ewald hasn't scored. Peel has 6 points. Paris has 4 in the game.
Yeah, and you like to see Ewald kind of feast on his own defense and get some shots out of that. Now they've switched the zone defense to kind of a 2-1-2.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cole, a little off the mark, but Orioles get the rebound.
Nice rebound by Peel.
He brings it out.
And that was a good shot by Ewald. You just got to get warmed up here.
Oh, it was the alley-oop to Johnson, and
good thought.
Yep, thrown underneath the basket instead of out a ways.
That's something else that should be open as well.
Red Knights playing at their pace right now, and
there's the pick and roll.
Yeah, they had it open, but it was deflected. Orioles on the break. Peel gets it underneath. They work it out. Nice play by Ida Jimbola, and rolls out, but
yeah,
you see how active their hands are on defense for the Red Knights.
Yeah, and they're really extended out where, Home just automatically thought that the defense was kind of recessed towards the basket a little bit, and they had extended out, and it was an easy steal.
So Ijad Mbola at the line, and he misses the first. That's the first free throw attempt of the game for the Red Knights. St. Louis Park with 5 fouls, Red Knights with 2, and we have 2:58 to go. Walker Johnson back in for the Red Knights. Home, too strong. Back up top, Peel, his 3 bounces high up, and again, the Orioles can't get those threes to go.
Just a lid on it for them. I mean, they've had some nice open looks, and they're just not going down.
Well, the Red Knights doing a good job keeping Johnson away from the ball, so he's sitting with 4 points with 2:20 to go in the first half. Orioles active on defense. Nice rebound. Peterson. Spin is good.
Yeah, not much Ewald could do there.
Biggest lead of the game at 10 points for the Red Knights. Orioles have struggled against the zone. They've got 12 points here in the first half.
Well, you'd like to see McLean when he gets the ball at the elbow there to kind of turn and face the basket.
Johnson a little flat on that shot.
A lot of jump shots. They haven't really gotten to the zone has kept them away from the basket.
Yeah, they're going to have to make some adjustments at halftime. You can see the high percentage shots that the Red Knights are getting inside. Something about playing on the road for the Orioles. They lost to Chanhassen on the road after beating them at home. Ewald has it blocked.
A nice block by Poland there. Good recovery by Ewald.
Ewald gets out of the jam for Paris Johnson. Basket and a foul. That could be what ignites the Orioles.
Yeah, they need something like that to happen. It was a nice recovery by Ewald to get that ball back and attack the basket. See that Red Knights are out of position and attack the basket and get it to Paris.
Paris has a great leaping ability, and you see how high he got on that one.
Yeah. Well, what Ewald did there is just such a great lesson for young basketball players that, you get your shot blocked. It's easy to just hang your head and give up a basket on the other side. And Ewald didn't hang his head. He got back on defense. He got the steal, made a play, and got another 3 points for his team.
Well, and it makes it a single-digit game right now, and that's what the Orioles have to try and see if they can just cut into that lead a little bit here before the end of the half.
Yeah, get a little momentum going into the half here.
Great first half for the Red Knights against the rival St. Louis Park Orioles.
Good job. thought that could have been an offensive foul there on Peterson.
And you see when Peterson gets down low, it's pretty tough to stop him. 9 points in the game for Peterson. 26 seconds, see if the Orioles take it out, and they're going to go for one here.
See, St. Louis Park looks a little tired.
Ewald, he's short. Took that a little early.
Yeah.
2 seconds, but Ewald gets back on defense. Still 1.4 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I'm surprised against that zone that Benilde gave him a wide open look at the top of the key.
Inside. And they're not going to count it. That was close.
That was a little Magic Johnson
the hook
in the lane.
Let's see if we can take a look. I don't know if we'll see the clock in the picture here.
Oh,
yeah, it was red.
Yeah.
Good call by the officials.
Well, tough half for Park. Just I think they got 3 points in the last 10 minutes. But I think going into the half, having that little bit of energy with Paris, and if Coach Brian Bucher can kind of solve that zone defense going into the second half, and see how they can get some points off that, they'll be in a much better position.
That was a 20-minute half. That moved quick.
That did move quick. Not many fouls, pretty cleanly played.
And I think Benilde had time of possession.
Well, I think they're bigs. They got a lot of shots right around the basket, where it seemed like Park, a lot of their shots were jump shots.
We saw earlier, I can't remember which game it was that we covered with St. Louis Park, where they only scored 22 in the first half, but they came up with like 40-some in the second half. So we'll see if they make the adjustments and how they come out. But good first half for the Red Knights. They lead 26-15. Bruce Homer along with Tom Whitlock. Stay with us. We have more basketball coming up.
We are there, day one, with baby names and a gift that lasts a lifetime. We are there as you grow, protecting you and those you love. We are there when you get your first job, helping you to save for the future. We are there when you marry your sweetheart to help secure your new life together. We are there if the unexpected happens, to help you see life from a new perspective. We are there when you start your next chapter to make sure you get off to a great start. And we are there when you lose your soulmate to help make sure you will be all right. We are with you through life's journey. Social Security, securing today and tomorrow. Get to know us and see what you can do online at socialsecurity.gov.
We're back, getting ready for the second half here. Pretty easy time to wrap up the scoring for the St. Louis Park Orioles. We had 15 points in that half. Eric Giel had 6, Aaron Ellingson with 2, and Paris Johnson with 7. So Orioles going to have to put points on the board here if they're going to have a chance. For the Red Knights, Nick Peterson had 9 points. Charlie Hansen with 6. Walker Johnson with 6. Berkland with 2. Ejan Mbola had 3, and Theo Poland had 2.
Yeah, it was nice to see.
Nice play by Ellingson.
Wow, Ellingson looked like an acrobat there.
Good start for the Orioles as they get a steal, and now Ellingson to the line. 4th point of the game for Ellingson, and make that 5.
I'm going to say it's going to be interesting to see if Benilde sticks with that zone defense in the second half and how Park adjusts to that. But it looks like the defensive intensity is picking up for Park.
Yeah, it really has, and we're gonna foul. Red Knights want a jump ball, but they're gonna call the foul as Paris Johnson goes to the basket, and he'll go to the free throw line shooting 2.
You see they're coming out with a sense of urgency.
You looking up the score, see if you can get a score of the Minnehaha Academy game tonight?
Yeah.
Eden Prairie at Minnehaha Academy. Game of the week, game of the month, game of the year so far, probably.
The last score I have is Minnehaha 21, Eden Prairie 12, with 8 minutes to go in the first half.
Okay. Red Knights working around the perimeter, looking for their first points of the second half. St. Louis Park outscoring the Red Knights 4-0 here so far in the second half. 16:56 to go in the game. Berkland inside. Peterson's spin is good. Nick Peterson, when he gets inside, he's a tough player to stop.
Yeah, it'd also be nice to see if St. Louis Park can adjust to that. They know that's a mismatch when he's that close to the basket. So if they bring Paris over to help him and not give him layups right there.
That's a shot the Orioles need. Ewald, usually a good outside shooter, has struggled in this game to get anything to go.
Just got to keep shooting. He's got a good shot. Good help by Ellingson there.
Yeah, Allen dribbles that one out of bounds, and Ijan Mbola will come into the game on the next stoppage.
Can you spell that?
Ijadimbola. And I hope I'm pronouncing it right because I'm working hard at it.
I'm not going to correct you.
I got a little help from the scorer's table. Nice.
Great pass by Ewald. Just couldn't finish it. Field got a little too far under the hoop, I think.
And a foul on the Orioles. In a game like this, you got to be able to finish. They had a great play there, and yep, you're right. Just got a little too far at a bad angle at that.
Yeah, and I don't know if he felt like Peterson was going to try to block it, and they just kind of hesitated a little bit there.
Maybe they're having nightmares from that guy last week, Chet Holmgren. Missed by Ijan Mbola. Paris Johnson fighting for his own rebound, and it's going to be a jump ball. St. Louis Parks will get the basketball here on the alternate possession. It's a good job by Johnson after missing the shot, following up and tying up the ball. Now Johnson from outside and Peterson with the rebound.
Nice defense by Holm there.
Running shot and tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Peel. Red Knights will get the ball back here with 14:58 to go and a 9-point Red Knights lead.
Park needs to find some points here, make a little run to draw this to a much closer game. The other thing, the Red Knights, that pick and roll is still open and they're not taking advantage of it.
See if they get Peterson the ball inside. Hansen up top. Now Peterson. Boy, that was a blind pass, but picked up by Walker Johnson, and offensive foul.
He kind of hooked him there.
Theo Pullen into the game. So Ewald as the Orioles trail by 9. Into the corner, Paris. And a tough shot that time by Holm.
Yeah, Peterson had kind of the hand in the face. They can't be content just to shoot threes over the top of that defense. They need to get that defense to move so they can penetrate.
Yeah, the Orioles normally are a very patient team that they'll continue to move and pass, and seems like they're just in a little bit of a hurry right now to get some of those shots off. If you see the upcoming schedule for the St. Louis Park Orioles as we hit the final 4 games of the season, big game at home against Chaska and Robbinsdale Cooper.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the interesting thing is that St. Louis Park only has 2 losses in conference. This is a really important game tonight if they want that Chaska game to be meaningful.
Right, Chaska leads the conference with an 8-1 record. Robbinsdale Cooper at 7-2, Park at 6-2, and then it goes down to Kennedy at 3-5, Chanhassen 3-6, Benilde-St. Margaret's 2-7, and Jefferson 2-8. Short on the shot was Ejon Mbola. Ewald has a strip penetrating down the lane.
Yeah, Peterson. Yeah, I think you're right. There's a sense of urgency, which I think is good, but they're losing their fundamentals, and they're putting up challenging shots. There's the pick and roll. Oh,
good deflection.
Great defense by Ewald to get a hand in the passing lane.
And the 2 put up by Holm, his first 2 points of the game.
Yeah, I'm sure he's happy to get that. Crack the lid off, and hopefully he'll get a few more to fall here.
7-point Red Knight lead. Johnson went for the steal. Here's a chance for Johnson. And you see the height that he has, but Orioles got the rebound. Ewald give to Paris Johnson. He gets the roll, able to finish on that. Good 10 in the game for Johnson, set up by Ewald.
Yeah, that was great patience by Ewald to kind of see the defense as he broke down the court and wait for Paris to finish the job.
We got as Orioles fans cheering as the Orioles cut it to 5. Peterson hits the 3.
Yeah, I think there was a moving pick there. Poland was kind of rotating in front of the defense there that created that opening.
14 in a game for Peterson. Johnson missed. Oh, and stepping on the line is Holm.
Park's got to continue to play defense here and play with a sense of urgency. There's a lot of time left in this game, but they need to get quality shots.
Nick Peterson got hit in a bad spot, and he's trying to shake it off. Dished out, Hansen, his 3, not good. Nice rebound. Johnson got way up on that one. Drive along the baseline, back out to Johnson. Quick shot by Johnson again.
Yeah, a contested shot there.
I think someone had to be open, and Johnson may have been better to just pass that ball.
Yeah, they had the zone. Nice play there by Ross.
And a good job as Ellingson was pushed outward, but he was still able to get that layup to go. Just a little bit longer of a layup. 6-point game with 10:34 remaining. Peterson, shot miss. Deontay's Ross with the rebound. Ellingson, he takes it all the way in. Basket and a foul.
He's playing with determination right now.
9 points in the game for Aaron Ellingson. And we'll get a timeout as the Orioles have cut the lead down to 4 and a chance to make it a one-possession game.
This is the kind of run that they needed to get back into it. I feel like they played with a great sense of urgency here in the second half. They've been able to create some turnovers, get in transition, and get some buckets that way. And I think that's going to help them. They're more successful when they're running and in transition instead of in that set offense against that zone defense.
You know, if you're Bob Lyons, you're probably saying we got to go back to what's worked for us, and that's Nick Peterson. You know, Nick Peterson is that guy that has to get the basketball, and if he gets it down low around the basket, seems to be a very high percentage play for the Red Knights.
Yeah, I mean, they've been very successful with that, and it's kind of curious that the last few possessions you've seen him out at the three-point line, and they're not posting him up. But the Orioles have put themselves in great position here, and they need to continue to play with that kind of sense of urgency and get quality shots. Like you noticed last time down with Paris, that you got to find the open player. Pass up a good shot to get a great shot.
Right, so the Orioles scored 15 in the first half. They have 12 here so far already in the second half. So. Missed free throw by Ellingson. Allen. Dvorak in the game for the Orioles.
See Dvorak just defensively, he puts a little more pressure on the ball.
Pass thrown away, intended for Johnson.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of the subtle thing that kind of ball pressure does, is force people into bad passes.
Blake Anderson in for St. Louis Park, his first time in the game. That shot may have been tipped as Ellingson worked his way down the lane.
Yeah, I like to see him attacking the basket through the lane.
Nick Peterson is fouled by the Orioles.
You can see Ewald was frustrated by that. But I like the pressure. Ross is putting some nice pressure on the ball. Dvorak is. Well, let's see now. Ellingson's coming out and Paris is coming back in. So let's see if Paris can find some ways to attack the basket the way Ellingson was.
And a push on the Orioles.
Anderson just reached in a little bit there.
So Anderson will check out of the game. Coming in is Eric Peel. Noah Allen up top.
And they have Paris on Peterson now, so that relieves a little pressure on Ewald.
Look at Paris and off of the foot of Peterson.
Peterson can't believe it. That was nice pressure by Paris.
Peterson has his back turned to the play as he's talking to the official.
Now you can see Paris being, yeah. I think Ewald was looking for Ross cutting to the basket, but Paris just got a hand in the passing lane. Good defense. That was a good thought. I mean, that's the kind of attacking they need to do against that zone defense.
Nick Peterson still talking to the official over there, and then now he's going to take a seat on the bench. See if they try and go to Johnson with that height advantage that he has. Orioles wanted a call on that.
It was close to picking up that pivot foot. Just a little stutter. Or maybe Brighton Bucher wants kind of a offensive elbow there.
Four-point Red Knights lead here with 8:32 remaining. Almost a travel. Three, not good rebound by Ross.
Rebound by Ross.
Oh, Paris got the ball. A give and go, and I think Ewald should have taken that.
Yeah, that was a layup.
They're trying
here he could just finish.
Yeah, and Coach Brian Bucher very upset because you got to take, when you're behind like this, you got to take the baskets when you have them, and that was a high percentage basket by Ewald. So.
Yeah, the defense was completely out of position.
Boy, Park fans wanted a push. Intensity picking up here.
Yeah, it's starting to feel like a basketball game.
Feels like the second half of the All-Star game, the fourth quarter.
It's an interesting format.
Ewald, rebound Johnson, and a push. To be called against the Red Knights' Sam Best.
I think the Orioles are starting to get some really good shots against this zone defense. And I think if they continue to be successful, it'll be interesting to see if the Red Knights stick with it or they pull back to a man-to-man.
Ross gives it back to Peel.
Yeah, just a little bit behind Peel is a good cut.
Johnson was open for a minute in the middle.
Yeah, I feel like Johnson needs to be a little
lower.
more active.
A little lower, too. Dvorak, he can't get it to go.
Boy, I'm trying to remember the last three-pointer that St. Louis Park made.
It's been a while. Nice drive to the basket. And that ball may have been blocked by Paris Johnson. Johnson takes it down the lane, cross the foul.
Boy, he puts so much pressure on a defense that, you know, he can just kind of step through and get right to the basket. You know, this move right here, where he just splits right through the defense.
Yeah, I mean, there are two defenders right there, and Paris Johnson able to still get the foul and go to the free throw line. Orioles need to get their free throws, so they've struggled in this game. Paris now 50%, 3 for 6 from the line.
Some really good minutes by Ross there. I thought he had some good ball pressure, got some rebounds.
Nick Peterson back in right now for the Red Knights. And Paris back to a 4-point game, 6:50 remaining.
Park's kind of putting three-quarter pressure here.
Ewald gets a steal. He's able to pick up the ball, go in.
Oh, I think they wanted a foul there.
Right.
That was such a nice play by Ewald with the steal.
On the other end, the Orioles do a good job on Ejin Mbola. Paris Johnson, nice pass. Ewald finishes. Lead cut to 2. Closest Orioles have been in a long time.
I think the game was pretty easy for the Red Knights there for a while, and now you can feel they're starting to sense the pressure a little bit. Because Dvorak just got a little out of position there, but they got to be careful now because they're going to be getting into the bonus.
The Orioles are going to bring Ellingson back in, and Ewald comes out.
And they got Peterson back out on the pruner. Well, maybe they don't want to post Peterson up against Paris.
Orioles good ball pressure, and we're going to timeout by the Red Knights. So you can see the intensity. You can see now the coaches really having to coach in this game. It's a close game, can go either way. And here's the upcoming schedule for the Red Knights. They have Bloomington, Jefferson, and Chaska. Only 2 games left for the Red Knights. And Bloomington, Jefferson, a good opportunity to pick up a W there for the Red Knights. And then a tough one when they go play at Chaska.
Yeah, and I think, you know, when you've had the kind of season that Benilde has had, that game against Jefferson is really an important game to kind of build some momentum into the following year and sections. Senior night.
You see a great win against Chanhassen, though, 67-52. Backdoor cut and a foul on the Orioles. That's going to send the Red Knights to the free throw line.
Yeah, there's a nice pass by Peterson to put it way out in front.
And that was a play that was set up in the huddle. Well, maybe that's the 6th foul right there. Good defense by Paris. Oh, and he unable to stay in bounds. Looked like he may have tripped on something on the sideline.
both coaches not happy about the no call.
Coach Breidenbucher, the referee, settling him down. Breidenbucher saying that he was pushed out. I don't know if we get a replay on that again.
Yeah, I think the Benilde coach is complaining that he felt like Paris jumped over him. Here it is. To me, that's just a good athletic play by Paris. And Peterson did kind of push as he was on his way out of bounds. But it was kind of Paris's momentum as well.
Right, I don't think the push really had anything to do with the call. Peterson, there's another call. They're calling a push instead of a travel.
That's going to be free throws for Benilde. I think there's a lot of emotion here because this is an important game for Park.
I just don't see that there's enough pushing there as you saw on the other side either. Peterson sinks the first.
It's always fun to see the referee come over and explain a questionable call.
Right.
What they saw. Well, it's going to be important this last 5 minutes for both these teams to keep their composure and execute.
And the coaches.
And to execute down the stretch here. St. Louis Park has done a nice job against this zone in the second half. They've done it by being active and getting to the basket. So yeah, Ellingson needs to move more in the post there.
Orioles 3 is good.
They found home on the edge.
We're at a 1-point game. 35-34. It hasn't been a high-scoring one, but a lot of intensity right now. And now we're going to get that leading with our elbow. And
They got Poland with
Right.
offensive foul there. Nice shot here by Holmes. Holmes, you know, he's a good shooter, and I know he struggled tonight, but you got to keep shooting, and that's why. That was a big shot for this team.
Inside, Ellingson picks it up. He gets it to go. A lot of contact here.
A lot of contact. That was really created by Ewald's penetration, and Ellingson slid down the lane and got into great position for that shot.
Orioles' first lead since the first half.
And I think their confidence is really building against that zone now.
And Peterson now has to go against Paris Johnson. No opportunity there. Noah, if this shot doesn't go, Peel with the rebound. Orioles push it up the court, trying to get down before they set up. Peel all the way to the basket.
What a great aggressive move by Peel.
And the Red Knights will take a timeout as the Orioles are rocking now with the 3-point lead.
Yeah, I love to see that. I love to see the emotion. But you could just see it in the Park players as they came to the bench. They had that look like, this is the way we can play. This is the way we should have been playing the whole game.
Right, and that's something we did not see in the first half. We didn't see any inside baskets down on the other side of the court. And now we're seeing them trying to break and penetrate down the lane up the middle. And it seems to be an opening and something that the Orioles noticed. And we're able to make an adjustment at halftime. So
yeah, and I think they're you can tell their confidence is building again, and they're able to finish around the hoop. I still feel like Park is a little undersized, and maybe they're used to being undersized, but that's not easy to finish against a taller opponent around the hoop like that. So, and Ellingson has really done a nice job this game. Just his kind of consistent intensity throughout the game, and his ability to kind of penetrate and get those tough buckets for this team.
You know, what a big shot by Jacob Holm, who had been struggling all game, and he comes up with that three, and that really sort of got the momentum going for the Orioles.
Yeah. And then Peel on that last play.
Oh,
I mean, he there was no hesitation. He just attacked the basket, and it was a really nice finish.
See what the Red Knights can do here. They trail by 3.
Ewald's got to be careful not to draw a foul there.
Peterson over the top.
That's been a good recipe for the Red Knights.
Great night for Nick Peterson.
Oh, now we got a little gamesmanship going here.
18. Sure.
Park is going to try to pull the Red Knights out of that zone defense. I don't know if they want to do that. They've been having such great success against it right now.
Right.
They should just keep attacking it and scoring.
So this we've seen this the Hopkins game in the sections, and at one point Benilde's going to have to come out because they're trailing by 1.
Yeah. This is fans love this.
Well, the game's going to move. It's going to take a while. Now they're going to, I think, bring them out here.
They're going to try to stay in the zone and pressure the ball.
Ewald up top.
And I think Park is perfectly content to keep passing the ball around. But it is, even with that kind of defense, it is not easy to hold a ball for 3.5 minutes without turning it over.
See, right there, almost a steal by Peterson. Ewald got trapped up in the air. Park
kind of goes into their stall defense here. They kind of lull people to sleep with this, and then someone makes a backdoor cut and they get an easy basket off of it.
Yeah, that's a tough passer trying to get it down the side to Paris Johnson. Orioles take a timeout. Well, would have been a travel call.
No, Benilde's got. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a travel call, but it looked like the other referee was going to call a foul on Benilde. So I think they got lucky there. I thought it was a travel here.
Yeah, he picked up his foot, but
I think that was the right call, though. I think he did call the timeout before.
there's a look at the Metro West Conference standings as St. Louis Park is set to play Chaska and Cooper, both at home.
Yeah, I feel like Park is in this position consistently,
Right.
From year to year. That they control their destiny, and it's just it's about executing. These games. This is a really important game for this team.
Well, and again, you're right. This is a big game that they have to finish, and the Chanhassen game was a tough loss for them, and trying to regroup after that. And again, they've had a tough schedule. They played Minnehaha Academy, they played Park Center, they played Hopkins.
Yeah, they played the best
some,
of the best
really
of the best,
teams.
really.
Yep.
And I think I lost my train of thought.
We don't.
No, I think Cooper plays Chaska as well down the stretch here. So there's a lot that can change in those standings.
Well, the clock isn't on our screen, so I'm going to announce the time here a little bit. I know my son was watching the game, and he was saying, I don't know how much time is left. So we're at 1:18 right now. 1:16 as the Orioles get it to home. Ewald. You see so many times that one turnover can change the whole complexion of this game. And that was almost it. Home, jump ball. So I really think that the Orioles got out of their offense too far.
I think that's holding the ball for 3.5 minutes is not easy to do. And inevitably it feels like it ends up in a turnover. And they had such good positive momentum there just to keep attacking.
Peterson passes out. Here's a three off the mark. Johnson with the rebound, and it's going to be.
Yeah, he did it. What an athletic move. Yeah. Oh, they just gave him a technical. And he was frustrated about stepping out of bounds, lost his composure, threw the ball against the wall. He made a great athletic play to try to get that rebound. There's nothing to be upset about. It's just part of the game. And you got to know where you are with a 1-point lead.
Yeah, definitely not anything that Peterson did wrong there. 2 shots, too, isn't it?
And I'm not so sure throwing the ball against a wall should constitute a technical foul, just out of a player's frustration. He wasn't being belligerent to a referee or another player, just a frustration thing.
With Peterson making both free throws, and they'll get the ball.
So now the tables have turned where Park needs to decide whether they're going to try to play defense here or foul.
And the Red Knights call a timeout. Well, I know one player you don't want to foul is Nick Peterson. He's done a great job, 4 for 4 from the free throw line.
Yeah, he's had a nice game tonight.
He had 20 points.
Well, it's going to be interesting. I think they've got a good lineup here that can put pressure on Benilde, and it'll be interesting to see kind of who the ball handlers are for Benilde, and if Park can force a turnover, and at what point they decide they need to foul. because even if they foul, they're still going to be within one shot.
Right. Unless they hit a 3.
True. Well, I've been trying to get that Eden Prairie score, but
yeah, I was wondering. We haven't had any updates lately.
See what I can find here.
So Red Knights looking for win number 6 on the season. Peterson. Player you don't want to foul, though.
No. Ross is trying to stay up, though.
Yeah, they probably should have fouled when Nels had the basketball, but
yeah, and I think Ross kind of lost Peterson as he ran through the lane, so they were able to get it back to him. I think Park's bringing Holm back in just for his shooting.
Low-scoring game. St. Louis Park may have shot themselves in the foot by taking 2 minutes off the clock, not scoring.
Yeah, that's one of those where I feel like you're almost playing not to lose instead of just playing to win and just keep attacking.
And they had the momentum at the time. They were up by 3. Everything was going their way. And then.
All right, well, let's see if Park can find an open 3-point shooter here.
Work it around.
They actually, with 19 and a half seconds to go, they don't have to have a 3. They could get a quick 2 and foul again.
Well, the Red Knights may elect to not let them take a 3. They may try and foul if they have to, but I think that will only come if it's later in the clock. If it gets down below 10 seconds, we're at 19.8 seconds to go. But if they get under 10 seconds, they may say, okay, we're going to make them shoot free throws.
Yeah, I've kind of always liked that strategy. It takes the 3-point shot away from teams. A lot of coaches don't go with that philosophy, but I think it's a winning philosophy.
Right.
I think it'll be interesting to see what Park does here if they're shooting for a 3, because I think they could. It looked like Benilde was really extending their defense out to the 3-point line. So to get a quick, easy 2 points and make them make 2 free throws again, there's plenty of time to do that.
The Royals were in this situation against Robbinsdale Cooper, and they were able to come up with a big win. They were trailing. It looked improbable that they could pull it out, and they ended up winning the game at the end. So they've been in this position. We'll see how they play here. Up top is Keel. There's Ewald for the 3. It's good.
Oh, great shot by Ewald. Nice find by Peel to get to him. I don't think they're going to call a timeout.
Peterson throws it off. It's not going to go. We're going to overtime.
Wow, what a nice, way to keep their composure. Peel did a nice job of coming to the top of the key and passing backwards back to Ewald on the wing. And I know Cole, after kind of struggling tonight, has got to be happy to finally unlock a 3-pointer.
Yes, and this has been the gym he's had good luck at it. Yes. And, big things have happened for Cole here, and that may be the one that gets him going. So.
Well, so what do we have? 3 minutes, 5 minutes?
Well,
I forget the rules.
I thought we were going to be home by 8:30 the way that first half went.
See, you're good at jinxing things.
We just got to get that score up there. 41-41. People look at the score, they go, "Oh, that was a bad high school basketball game." But now we're going to get a few more points scored. So.
And it's great that last 5 minutes of the game, and the person who's happiest about that 3-point shot is Paris Johnson.
Yes.
Because I'm sure he feels bad about
the
technical, and for his team to kind of bail him out and give him a fresh start here. is a great thing, and I'm sure that relieves pressure from him. Now they just got to go out and perform here. Now it'll be interesting to see if the Red Knights go back into that zone defense.
Nine fouls for the Red Knights, or for St. Louis Park, 7 fouls for the Red Knights. Tip controlled by the Orioles.
Nope, they're back into a man-to-man defense, I think.
4-minute overtime. Home. Ewald. Gets the screen.
I think the way these teams are thinking, well, that's a tough shot against 2 defenders there. It'll be interesting to see who gets the first points here. And
this is Johnson. Double
there's
team.
the
Good
pick and roll.
Inside. Tip. Orioles with the ball. Ewald had it deflected out of bounds.
Yeah, he was looking up because Peel was streaking down the court there. You know, I think he was thinking about passing it, but then the defender was right there to tip it out of bounds.
Home out, Ross in.
Now, this is an interesting switch there because I feel like Home gave them some good shots.
And Deontay's may give him a little ball handling.
Yeah, right.
Ewald, his 3 is good.
Now he's heating up, he's talking to the bench.
Right.
And it was a nice recognition by Paris as the defense drew to him. It left Ewald open for that shot, and it was a nice recognition by Paris to make that pass.
Peterson, 3 not good. Good job by Peterson following up. Foul on the line, and it's going to be Peterson going to the free throw line.
You could see he took that perimeter shot, and he was in like a dart. He knew it was off, and he did a nice job getting that offensive rebound.
It was Ewald on the other end hitting the 3. See, looking.
Just getting the bench all amped up.
Peterson has not missed from the free throw line. 7 in a row for Peterson.
Yeah, he's had a wonderful game. Really consistent from half to half.
What a great touch. (44-43), 2:14 remaining in the first overtime. They've done a good job keeping the ball away from Paris Johnson. And we got a foul.
Ewald's heading to the line here.
So now free throw is so important. Looks like Deontay's gives him a little defense pressure.
Yeah, I feel like Ross has really played nice defense tonight. Great ball pressure.
Front end of the 1-and-1 hit by Ewald. That was foul number 8 on the Red Knights. Ewald has that one just roll out. And it's a 2-point game.
With 2 minutes to go. Well, it's just fun, you know. Just hitting a bucket is so nice, and you can just see Ewald's demeanor has just completely changed with that energy.
Charlie Hansen. Travel call.
Yeah, he dragged his foot there. That was a nice, good call.
Orioles thought there should have been one a little earlier. Paris Johnson's been quiet. He has 12 points in the game.
Now, and I don't mind this kind of ball movement here. It's a little bit of a stall, but I feel like Park they're looking to the hoop, and they're still looking for opportunities.
Ewald takes it down the lane, has it stolen away by Peterson. Peterson doing everything here, offensively and defensively.
There goes that man.
Nice pass inside Peterson. Spin. Shot doesn't go. And the rebound by Paris Johnson. We're down to 42 seconds. Royals got to get it across the timeline. They do. They need a timeout.
Yeah, I don't think Coach Brian Bucher was happy with Cole dribbling to the corner of the court and picking the ball up. That was he could see the double team coming.
Timeouts left. St. Louis Park has 2 and Benilde 1. 45-43. It was 26-15 Benilde at halftime.
Yeah, nice rally by St. Louis Park to get back in the game. I thought their energy was really good in the second half. They kind of solved that zone defense and were able to get some inside buckets against it. So it was a really nice comeback.
And they're doing it partially without the scoring of Paris Johnson. So you're getting a little bit of scoring by Ellingson and Ewald, Jacob Holm, and Peel with some big plays in the half.
Yeah, they've gotten kind of different contributions, just like the ebb and flow of the game. That there was sort of a streak where Ellingson seemed to have 6-7 points in a row, and Ewald just got hot there.
You know what we've noticed over the last few weeks is that St. Louis Park doesn't get bench scoring. Not 1 point off the bench.
No. Yeah, you'd like to see Dvorak or Ross.
Well, Coach Brian Bucher knows he's got the timeouts. Anytime they get trapped, he's going to call the timeout.
He can see trouble coming. And he's checking Ross back in just for ball handling.
So St. Louis Park will take a full timeout, and now the Red Knights have to think about fouling.
Yeah, 25 seconds left. And Park's going to need to make their free throws here. Handle the ball, make their free throws.
Did you have any updates yet?
No, I couldn't. I couldn't get it on Twitter.
We have.
You're more dialed in than I am.
We've got such a big game here. We hate to talk about other games. This is a fun one, and a big game for both these teams, and it's a rivalry too. You have St. Louis Park inter-city rivalry. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think, Benilde probably feels like they've sort of had a fresh start to the season. They're kind of reinvigorated. You can see they're playing well, having beaten Chanhassen. Park feels like, they got some things riding on this game to set up Friday's game. So you can see both teams are working hard to try to get this win.
Looks like 49-45 Minnehaha with 11 minutes left. Long pass, that was a tough. Oh, and off the hands of Peel. A couple players open, and now Red Knights will have the ball, chance to tie it up or win the game down to 16 seconds.
Yeah, I liked how aggressive they were there.
Noah gets it in the corner.
I think, it'll be interesting to see if they go to anyone other than.
Right there, he has the ball. Nick Peterson, his shot just off the front of the iron at the buzzer. That was right on the mark and just a little bit short.
Yeah, it looked good we were right behind it. It looked good from that vantage point. Tough loss for the Red Knights. I'm sure they played hard, but really an important win for Park to recover from really struggling in the first half, to get back in this game and then almost give it away, get it back, and then play well in the second half or in the overtime to get the win.
It's one that you sort of felt you snuck one out, one that just wasn't seeming like it was going to go your way at the beginning, and they were able to pull that one out. And
well, they've had a lot of close games this year, and I think maybe that gives them a little sense of confidence in these tight games.
Yeah, and my hats off go to this Benilde team who played very hard, and Nick Peterson, what a sensational player and effort that he had in this game.
Yeah, he was solid from start to finish, and it wasn't just points. He was doing a lot defensively.
Right.
He got some steals.
And 24 points and perfect from the free throw line.
Yeah, that's what I call a good night.
Right.
Just the last one didn't go down for him. I'm sure he's disappointed by that, but it was a great effort by him.
Again, the starting five were the only producers in the game for St. Louis Park, and that's what makes it so important that they don't get in foul trouble, and they did not in this game. So, but there were a lot of players that still came in and out of the game. Deontay's Ross made some contributions defensively and offensively, just moving the ball around.
Yeah, being a sure-handed ball handler, that's important for a team, especially when you're trying to, ice a lead with 3 minutes to go. You need good ball handlers in there.
So St. Louis Park still in the running in the conference.
Yeah, I think the team's got to be pretty excited about getting this win tonight and setting up a home game versus Chaska. It'll be a tough game. Chaska's a good quality team, but I think Park probably has a sense of confidence going into that game. And I think, your observations about somehow trying to find some points off the bench is going to be important.
Right.
In those kind of games when they're, Chaska's going to score. So St. Louis Park can't expect to win with 45 points against Chaska. They're going to have to find some ways to get some points on the board and get contributions from a lot of guys.
So the conference standings now up until games that may be played tonight, but Chaska 8-1, Cooper 7-2, and St. Louis Park 7-2. So and St. Louis Park has Chaska coming up at home on Friday night. We'll be doing that game, Tom. So
yeah, looking forward to it.
Yes. I think last year St. Louis Park was able to pull one out against Chaska. That was a great game. So, anyways, we want to thank our crew who's helped cover tonight's game on behalf of you, Tom, and myself. We want to thank everyone for joining in. Final score here from Haven Center at Benilde-St. Margaret's. St. Louis Park Orioles 45, Benilde-St. Margaret's 43. Good night.